It's been a while, but our black bear grind out here on Silver Ridge Peaks is still ongoing. I've not given up, and I've not forgotten about it. In fact, I would say far from it. It's just been so busy lately with Way the Hunter and Called Wild the Angler that we really haven't had the opportunity to come out here in about 2 full weeks. So, unlike some of the past black bear videos, I don't have any diamonds or rares saved up from any previous hunts. Anything in this video will be shot on this hunt, and I think we're going to try to do 2 full runs and just kind of see where we can get with that. Now, if I recall correctly, we left off somewhere in the area of 4,300 kills, which is a lot of black bear over the course of about 2 months, and unfortunately, that one right as we took our shot took a step, but I think we got him with the follow-up. But it is almost September now, and thinking back to the Great One Red Deer when that came out, that was during hunting season, and that took a really long time to actually get. I really don't want this Great One Black Bear grind to go into October. Once hunting season starts, there's going to be way less time to do this. So I wanted to get back out here and continue to get black bear down and hopefully finally get a Great One to spawn. But our first black bear back on the grind today, first shot was way back due to that step forward at 330 meters, but the second one got into a lung. 18.1, scoring silver naturally as a level 5. And we'll get moving here because we're going to do 2 runs. I'd say a lot of bears in that size range will be cut out of this video, but maybe we'll get lucky and there won't be too many. And didn't take too long at all to find our first guaranteed gold, a level 7 out there. And I will say so far, despite the fact that it's been a little over 2 weeks since we've actually done a black bear run, I've been pretty happy that we haven't had any problems like remembering what to do on this route. I guess some level of force of habit, 4,300 kills and well over 100 runs. I guess it kind of comes back like riding a bike, but looks like that's the only male black bear here. At least it was a kind of good one. I want to say the black fur type for this guy, and it is and a 20.7 gold left lung shot at 335 meters. I think the exact same distance as we shot the first one from. So far though, this has been a relatively slow run, which, to be honest, given the fact that we haven't done a run in as much time as it's been, probably that's a good thing. I would expect the shooting to be a little bit subpar, at least any time that we have to make 2 or 3 quick shots. So I don't mind kind of getting eased back into this, but that is only maybe the 5th bear that we shot, and we're going back through now, checking lakes a second time before we go down to the Mule outpost lake. And if there is a positive side to a relatively slow run in terms of bear spawns, it is that we get to check some of the lakes a little more before we go down to that best spot. So still got probably close to 10 real minutes before we gotta go and do that. That's a lot of time to jump around to some remaining lakes. All that extra time and still really not a lot of bears out here. So I'm curious to see if the Mule outpost is going to be loaded with bears. Now we did, I think it was in the last video, go to the Sun Sisters Lake and see that there are in the area of 10 black bears up there. We know that a bunch are in that area now, but even still, normally these first couple lakes we get more than that, so I am intrigued to see what this lake is going to bring. And actually, at first glance, it does look like there's going to be a lot in here. Now, first 4 that we spotted there are not that big, including even out to here. There's got to be a good-sized bear in here somewhere. Everything that we've seen today, the biggest has been a level 7, but despite that, I don't think we have anything bigger than a level 6, so looks like this is going to be mostly about getting our respawns. That is intriguing though. Normally, at this lake, if there are a bunch of lower level ones, usually there's a good one hiding somewhere, and that still could be the case. It's very easy to completely miss seeing a bear, maybe even that one there, although we can spot it. But something could hide quite easily and stay out of sight. So this I do expect to be a little bit rough, so we'll see if we can manage to make halfway decent shots despite the kind of fact that we're a little bit out of practice. Not too bad from our first 4 with the first 300. And actually I forgot, I should be reloading the first gun and switching to the second gun a little bit later. But I think we'll stick with this now since that's kind of what we've done. That one will go down. Maybe a quick reload here. And they're splitting up pretty good, so that could make it tough to get all the bears. And I've kind of lost track. That is, I guess, one of the first shots that we took. Maybe didn't go quite as planned. Still got, actually there are 3 coming in through here, so that may be tough. just because we didn't reload the first gun. That can be a problem, and hitting branches really does not help. So now it gets kind of difficult, especially when the shot angle is just not there. There were others. That one's going to have to be maybe a little bit later. And there's still one way out in there. Now, even still, I've been trying to pay attention to the levels that we see as they're running around. Haven't seen anything big. That is just unfortunate. Stop before we can get a shot off. And I mean, kind of an example of what I was saying. There is a level 7 in there. Actually, 3 still out in that area. So I think probably the best thing to do would be to find that level 7 again if we could. Although I'm not sure actually where he went, so I guess we'll have to intentionally spook him. That I think we can hit through the trees. This one should run down, and I expect the level 7 to run one direction or the other. That should be him there. Fairly easy to get that shot off, and then we're down to just the one last bear, which is of course a level 4. It's always tough on this hillside because they run kind of at an angle going down the hill. So not only do you have to find the right lead, you also have to account for them going down the hill a bit. And I don't know how he got down there. I was just shooting into the air to try to get him to run out. And he's gotten all the way down to where the rest of the bears went. But if we can get a decent shot off, can bring him down too. And now I still think we're going to have to probably get 1 or 2 up on the road. But mostly it'll be a matter of getting everything claimed and getting reset back to another run. And par for the course for these videos, pretty much when we come to this area, just taking a look at the best bears. So a 20.2 dark level 7. And to be honest, that may be the only gold. There were maybe 1 or 2 level 6s in here that could have made gold. And I honestly can't remember. This was maybe a level 5. It was the one that we shot through the trees up on the side of this hill. It was a 5. Double-lunged him despite the kind of obstacles in our way. And again, I don't remember what level this bear was. It's the one that we had to shoot twice as it was going up over the hill. It was a level 5. So that does confirm it. Every single bear other than the level 7 was a silver or below. Including the level 6 that we made a poor shot on. That one still was a 19 scorer, whereas gold is 19.2, so not the best. But our total for this run was 16 bears, and I think 2 escaped up here. A lot of times they'll drink nervous up on the road, but I don't even see them doing that. So I would guess that probably we were a little bit slow, maybe lacking a little bit in our shooting. So still about 20 bears that we could have gotten had we done this optimally. So about the same as normal, just most were down here this time. So now back again for a second run. And starting off kind of similarly to the last at the same lake, this time a level 4 instead of a level 5, but bit of an odd angle. Should be able to get a 300 round into the lungs regardless. And hopefully we'll be seeing more bears on this run, and ideally some better quality ones too. But for now, a level 4 dark fur type 16.9 score to get us going here. And at least from where we're standing now, I don't see any other bears at this lake, so we can just jump right in. Now that's a little bit better. Level 9 black bear out there at about 300 meters. 21 to 23 is pretty good odds. I need to try to see what direction he is actually facing. Is it towards us or angled away from us? I think it's towards us. I really don't want to mess that shot up, so we're going to move this way a little bit and try to determine that, but almost every single troll black bear I've had has been at 20 to 23 on the estimate. I have had one 21 to 23 troll, but basically when we see that estimate, it is a pretty good sign. Now, I guess we got close enough that the reeds rendered in, so that's not going to work like I thought. But actually looking at that, I do think he's actually kind of angled away from us, so that means we want to place our shot kind of right in maybe the liver area to try to get through to the lungs. Just about like that, I think. And he is starting to go down, so not a bad deal. Really hope he makes it. This is maybe the second or third level 9 black bear at this particular lake. And I was just thinking of that actually as we ran over here, so interesting it ended up being a level 9 as the only one that we spotted. If we were to get a Great One black bear here, try to stock in and get a bow shot could be really tough. There's a ton of water, really only reeds to work with in certain areas, and it could be kind of tough, but evidently this place can end up having nice sized bears. As for the rest of the lake though, not a whole lot going on. There is actually another female or two over there. No male this time. And I want to say this is only our third black bear level 7 or above. Looks to be the dark fur type, which we don't have a whole lot of. And he is, unfortunately, a troll at 22.7. That's probably me jinxing that, saying that it was pretty good odds at 21 to 23. You know what? He was facing towards us, though. I completely had that backwards. I thought it was more like this, so I was aiming roughly at the same area, but he was actually facing that direction. Worked out well enough at 315 meters, but bit of a bummer. I don't know if there's anything to it. Most of the troll black bear I've had also are the dark fur type. I wonder why that would be. Either way, at least it was one that was, a little more interesting than a couple of 7s. Actually, don't know how I didn't see that, but there is a level 6 over there too, so we can try to get that shot off. Little tougher when they are kind of facing us directly. I thought he may have turned his head to the side, but kind of looking like I was incorrect. Second shot may help to bring him down, although certainly not going to get any potential gold out of that if he would have been. He didn't make it too far, luckily, but he would have been a silver anyway by just 0.1. Actually, he did have his head to the side. The shot was just maybe a bit too high, too much neck flesh to go through and couldn't penetrate into a lung, and then not too far off there either. Ended up being just a touch too far back. Couple of nice bears there. Really wish the level 9 would have been 0.1 bigger, but again, at least compared to the last run, already doing way better. Now that's a plus. Haven't had a bear at this particular lake in quite some time, and I've continued to check it really because it only takes, at best, like 30 seconds. The way that I do this one is fast travel to this tent. That puts us within render of any bears that may be here. And then fast travel to this one that is way closer. It does spook them, but because they have to run up the hill, we're able to get a shot as they run along. So, nice to get another male. Way better results, not only in quality with a level 9, even if he was a troll, but also in quantity. I don't know how many bears we're at now, but it's way more than the 5 or 6 we got before the Mule outpost lake on the last run. And again, we have a bear at a lake that's been a little bit lackluster as of late. Another level 6. Another one that we can take down on the run. Now this one we don't fast travel to and spook them, but often running up here will cause anything on this side to take off. Now it used to be the case that this lake would have 3 to 5 male bears basically every run. That no longer happens, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the lakes most affected by the bears up at the Sun Sisters area, but another male here. I should have counted. I didn't start counting when we began this run again. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to figure out how many we get in total, but good to see bears at some of these other areas. This one is a gold at 19.7, and actually double lung and spinal cord to take him down immediately. The reality of this grind, though, is that it doesn't matter how good of a run we may have, how many level 9s, how many bears in general may spawn. It still just takes one. And unfortunately, I'm not seeing that one in here on this run either, unless it could be hidden in the reeds, and that is always the thing that I'm worried about coming to this spot. I try not to shoot just blindly into the reeds in case it could be a great one, maybe like the spotted or a glacier or something that may not be as obvious to, something where you can only see a little bit of it. There were 2 mythicals in here this time though, so I think as long as we can do this correctly and remember to reload the first gun, I think we'll be okay. And I guess maybe this time we'll start off with the bears on the right. Now, often when that happens, too many run to the left and some tend to get away, but I want to be able to see what we're shooting at rather than just kind of shoot blindly. That was a bit of a bummer. That guy stood up and dodged our shot, but most, actually probably too many, are going to the right. So this is going to be a case of probably trying to shoot some bears kind of on a dead run, only because there's too many to wait till they go to trot every single time. I gotta stop shooting in there. That 2 small trees always blocks my shots, and for some reason I continue to think I can get a shot in through there. I've had so many end up getting away because I take that exact same shot. It just happens to be, I guess, the area where bears tend to slow down. Drop that mythical though, in the rain and all. It doesn't seem to rain that often on an SRP, but unfortunately we got it right now, and that does not help with the visibility since it already is fairly late. Now, there was one other bear that went in through there. Every now and then they kind of sneak out over that way. I don't know where he went. I'm pretty happy with what we got so far, but some certainly seem to disappear. And I guess one's just hiding right over there on level 3. Not exactly a giant, but I don't actually recall spotting that, so maybe one that was hiding in those reeds? Another coming out of there as well, a level 5. And by the way, we still haven't swapped to our second gun. It just hasn't been necessary with the way that the bears have run out, but it works far better that way. Should it have become necessary, we have a gun with a fully loaded 4-round capacity as opposed to having to quickly reload when the first time we're swapping, bears are on a dead sprint and really we're not taking any shots anyway. I still feel like we're missing out on something, but I don't see any bears sitting up there where they sometimes go nervous. I'm not sure where they may be, but what we'll do then is go around this side of the lake, collect everything out and around, and then go up onto the road in case anything is there this time. This is an odd run. I don't know where that guy was hiding, but there is a level 6 there. Before the outline completely fades away, we'll take that shot. And I don't know, as we're going around to claim, we may be getting more opportunities. Now, I do see 4 bears laying there. We know there's a 5th that we just shot. So I don't know which of these would be the mythical. That was a level 7 that made gold, though, at 212 kg. Gotta be one of... I thought there were 3 here. One of the ones up in this area, anyway. This guy is the mythical, actually 21.5 dusky fur type. And then I have no clue what was standing here beside him. This was, I think, a blind shot, level 4. And I guess maybe these were the other 2 that I was thinking of. So there were 5 laying in that area. And to be honest, for the situation that we were put in, another gold there, by the way, we actually ended up doing fairly well. Maybe not as many escaped as I thought. It could have been, because we saw like all the bears coming up out of here. At least 2 of those died right by the tower. Those were ones that were already hit. So we may have gotten just about everything already. I only see the tracks of this one, which is a level 5, and then one other set of tracks, but we dropped that mythical. I've got to assume this is him, especially with the way he's laying right on Vital Blood. It is at 21.3. Now that kinda does look like bear tracks, so still, and again with the rain and stuff, it could have been very easy for one to escape. Looks like a relatively small one did. And then the question is he up here on the road drinking nervous? I don't actually see him. And to be honest, knowing that it is at best a silver, I think I'll be happy to wrap up here. It was honestly really nice to get back out here on the grind. Like I said, it's been over 2 weeks. We got to do 2 full runs, got to see a level 9. Unfortunately, it trolled, and it would have been nice. We have, of our like 26 diamonds, maybe 4 are the dark fur type, but as I said, for whatever reason, the majority of our troll black bears have been that dark fur type. But gonna get back out here. Hopefully we can do this again sooner than in another 2 weeks. And maybe next time we'll have a better result. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.